Hi, in this demonstration I'm going to show you how you can import a voucher into QuickBooks Point of Sale from a text or an Excel file using Zed Axis. So a quick recap on what a voucher is in QuickBooks Point of Sale. So vouchers can either be a receipt of items into stock, such as ordering or a shipment received from a vendor, or they could be a return voucher, where items are returned to the vendor because of damages or overshipment. So having a quick look at one of those in Point of Sale, you can see here it's a standard receiving voucher with 3 items and quantities, and those have all been brought into stock. Let's show you how you can import that information from a text or an Excel file using Zed Axis into Point of Sale. So first off, I open Zed Axis on my desktop and I select QuickBooks Point of Sale and hit connect. So Zed Axis will connect to your QuickBooks Point of Sale company file. So when a connection is shown, we click on the Import tab and we're going to browse to a Excel or text file that contains the vouchers that we want to import into Point of Sale. So these might be something that you receive from a vendor. So I click on Voucher. In this case, it's a sample file that I created previously. It's in a text format. It can be Excel as well. And you can see here how the data is laid out. So the first row in the file is the column header, and then underneath that is the data that we're going to bring into Point of Sale. So the file doesn't necessarily need to be this format, because what we do is we create a mapping. So we go add new mapping and we select the transaction type as a voucher. And we can go through the process of associating all the QuickBooks Point of Sale fields to the columns in your import file. So once we've gone through a process of mapping all those fields to the available columns that we have in our import file, in particular paying attention to the fields highlighted in yellow, which are mandatory, we can give our mapping a name so that we can recall it for subsequent imports. And just to highlight here the important fields, particularly when it comes to vouchers, is we are setting the voucher type to receiving or returning, so we can specify that when it comes to importing into Point of Sale. If you have any issues with understanding what these fields are, clicking on this blue link here will take you to a web page. So the link will take you to this web page of a support article on our website that runs through the fields, where they will appear in QuickBooks Point of Sale, and what data is expected within each of those fields and how you can provide that. So that's a very useful resource when setting up the mappings initially. So back in our mapping screen, we'll give the mapping a name and we'll save that. What you'll notice is now only the columns that we mapped will appear within this grid. We also have some other options that we can set, but we'll just go ahead and import these vouchers directly into QuickBooks Point of Sale. So first step is Axis will validate the data to make sure it's in the correct format. It will then do a list update, and then we'll import those directly into QuickBooks Point of Sale. And it'll give you a summary there showing you what's been imported. So if we switch back to Point of Sale, let's have a look inside. So we can now see the items that we've received back in, and you can see the detail here. So very simply, that's how you can import vouchers from text or Excel files using Zed Axis into QuickBooks Point of Sale.